to recover the person who I was always meant to be. I just dropped kids off at school, and I forgot my Weight Watchers packet at home. I keep everything in a little pencil pouch so that I can keep all my weeklies and things. I forgot it at home, so I was like, oh, I'll run home and grab that. And then I had to paint my nails. Pretty exciting. Just glitter. Anyway, that's a thing that I found that I want to try to do more of is, better angle. I want to try to take better care of myself and do kind of pampering type things and just really, love myself in other ways other than food. Treat myself in other ways other than food. So that had to be done before I left. I am gonna go. My meeting isn't for another 2 hours, but I like to get there half hour early because you get to weigh in, you don't have to wait, and I like to talk to people, and I like just to read through the weekly and everything before the meeting. So what I'm going to do in the next hour and a half is I am going to go walk. So one of the things, I'm sure I've shared this before on videos, is in the summer when it's ridiculously hot, I don't like exercising when it's 109 degrees unless I absolutely have to, like yard work and stuff like that. And I don't like working out in the winter when it's 20 degrees because it's 20 degrees. Let's be honest, because it's cold. So what I like to do is I like to go to Walmart or our local grocery stores, and I grab a cart and I push a cart up and down every single aisle in the store before I can stop and look at anything. That's like my little game / rule that I have. And I like to, just make sure that I get my heart rate up. It's a great way for me to get a ton of steps. So I like to do that, and that's what I'll do. It's cool because at Walmart, they play their little radio broadcast, Walmart radio. I think it's for the people who stock shelves and things overnight. And in the morning, when you get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's not a soul there except for the workers and the vendors, like the bread guy and the Pepsi guy and the Coke guy, stuff like that. So it works out really nice. It's not crowded. You can really book it up and down the aisles, and it's temperature controlled. The air quality is decent. Sometimes here in Utah, in the winter when it gets really cold, we get what's called inversion, which is like smog that ends up getting trapped down in the lower elevations because of the way elevation, pressure, all of that stuff, temperature, they all work together to create this perfect ickiness. So I'm going to be doing that for the next probably good hour. I love it because I always get to see the stuff that's on clearance. So if there's something that our family really needs, I can get that for way cheaper. But it's also just this great walk. And I spent a lot of time thinking, and I'm really excited but nervous for today's weigh-in. And it's not because I have done anything wrong. I've blue dotted every single day this week. But I'm mental. I have a disorder when it comes to food and the scale. I'm obsessive compulsive about it. And I was watching a really great YouTube video today. Her name is, her YouTube channel is called N is for Nurse. And she is amazing. Like, she just says things that I think all of us are thinking, but some of us are afraid to say, and she's just so real, and I just love her. Her videos are about, 20 minutes long, but she kind of chronicles her whole day. So if you haven't seen her channel yet, go check her channel out. It is really good. And she's what my Weight Watchers leader Jenny would call a repeat offender. You know, like she's done this before, and in fact, she even lost 70 pounds. She went and dug out her old "I lost 5 pounds" bookmark and showed that and talked about that. And anyway, so she was talking in one of her videos that I was watching this morning, and it was all about the scale and how in the past she'd have a great loss that first week, kind of a little loss the second week, and then the third week she'd stay the same or gain. And that has happened to me so many times and then I play these mental games with myself. And I think that hormones and a monthly cycle can also play into this. I'm doing great, I did okay, and then she just talks about how meetings are so important, and they totally are. This summer I got into this really bad habit of not going to meetings because it didn't fit in my schedule, or my kids were home from school, or 8,000 bazillion reasons. And that's why I'm really glad that I finally found a day of the week where I can go and I don't have to worry about childcare, and I don't have to worry about meetings or work, because I never work on Thursdays. So it's perfect. I'm taking care of myself, I'm doing this. And I think I figured out my birthday is on March 17th. So between now and March, I really want to get my 10%. And I'd really, really like to get my 50-pound charm. And it's totally doable between now and March 17th, because I'm already 16 point something down right now. And then I have work to do, definitely. I have to lose, 1 to 2 pounds a week to be able to get to that point. But I think it's totally doable. At any rate, I'm gonna end this for now, and I will catch up with you guys after weigh-in. I'm gonna be having a clementine. I love it. It's clementine season. And Premier Protein for breakfast. There's an accident right over here, so all of a sudden all the traffic stopped. Somebody's car went off in the ditch. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, say a little prayer. That's what I always do. Whenever I see ambulance and fire, I always say a prayer. One, that the first responders will get there and they'll be safe. And two, I say a prayer for those that are hurting and in trouble, because I've had loved ones that have had to have the first responders come, and I also have had to have first responders come. So anyway, say a prayer. So I will come back in a little bit and tell you all about my weigh-in, which I'm excited about because I know I rocked it and the scale should reflect it. So thanks. Talk to you later. Get to see all the cool things on sale and all the things like, oh yeah, I needed that. They were just playing who put the dip in the dip, who put the ammo and ding dong. Just fun music, fun exercise. So, see ya. Hey everyone, I just got out of my meeting and I'm picking my kindergartner up from school, and I thought I would take just a few minutes here quick to give you a little update about how I did. As you can see by my gigantic smile, I did really well this week, and I was afraid. It was so dumb. I was afraid because all of a sudden last night I felt swollen and puffy, so I am down 5.8 for a total of 22.4. And for those of you who've watched my channel in the past, you know that was further along on the journey than that. I put a little weight on this summer. But I am so excited about that loss. I basically obtained my 5% back. And so I'm good. I'm really happy about the 5%, and I'm really looking forward to my 10%. I only have 13.6 till my 10%. And I kind of think that if I really kick it in gear and track like nobody's business between now and the end of 2017, that I will get my 10% before the end of the year. So that's my like ambitious but obtainable goal. So this week we talked about the Great Plate, and I've already tracked my Thanksgiving dinner. We're having family to my home, and we're gonna do dinner at 4. So I'm gonna do breakfast that morning, and it'll be very low point, very high protein. I'm probably gonna do, I've tracked my Thanksgiving dinner. I have not tracked my Thanksgiving breakfast or lunch, but I am probably gonna do some eggs or egg whites, or if I'm busy because I'm cooking, I'll grab a Premier Protein. And same for lunch. I will stick to maybe 5 points tops for lunch. I'll try to do some fruit and some veggies, maybe some pickles, stuff that I can eat while I'm working, but I'll put it on a plate ahead of time. That's my strategy. So I'm going to put whatever I eat for Thanksgiving, breakfast or lunch, on a plate or in a cup, track it first, and then I can consume it. So none of this like munch, and then try to go back and try to figure it out later. So that is my commitment to you guys. Hold me to it. So I'm going to do that, and then I don't know. We talked about it. Like, our leader Jenny is awesome, and she went through everything, and basically all the kind of hors d'oeuvres you could have had for the day, all the kind of Thanksgiving feast, just reasonable portions too, like a half a cup here, half a cup there, and the desserts, and went through it. And I think we got up to 134 points for that day. So even if you use all your weeklies and you blow through your daily points, it's not the end of the world if you're on point for the rest of the week, weighing and measuring and tracking. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to get some activity in that day. I'm not quite to the point where I can do a turkey trot yet, but I am totally gonna maybe go for a walk. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not gonna be sitting around being lazy after. So anyway, I'm way excited about this weight loss, and I was looking at the special challenge, the Thanksgiving and gratitude, and they said each week write down 3 things that you're grateful for and reflect on them. What do they look like? How do they make you feel? The more details you can think of, the better. And this week's focus is body benefits. So some examples are more energy, better sleep, greater stamina. And this week I'm grateful for more energy because I have so much to do and lots of kids and a busy life. With being on city council, I have to do a lot of reading and a lot of meeting and a lot of answering phone calls and questions, and it kind of helps me to not feel so exhausted. And the second thing that I'm grateful for with my body is a feeling of soberness. I really feel like I have food addiction, much like an alcoholic, and to be able to feel like I'm in control and not be consumed with thoughts about what am I going to eat next? What am I going to eat next? Or maybe I should run to this drive-thru. The kids are at school. Maybe I could do this. You know, that kind of thing, which is, it's a reality for somebody who's a food addict. And the other thing that I think that I am grateful for is when I am out of control with my eating, I tend to have more anxiety and worry about what people are thinking and inability to be able to accomplish stuff, and I start to self-doubt. And I really think that's more of a chemical imbalance that takes place when I don't exercise and eat right. So to me, I put down the last one as less anxiety. So more energy, feeling of soberness, and less anxiety. So our meeting day is Thursday. So obviously I won't be at a meeting on Thursday because of Thanksgiving. And I'm thinking that I'm going to weigh in on Wednesday because I have to work on Friday. So, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that I can get like a 2-pound loss between now and next Wednesday, and that'll propel me into being really good over the Thanksgiving holiday. So I just wanted to check in, and I will wrap up this video right here, and maybe I'll add on some lunch and dinner stuff too. But thanks so much for listening, everybody. Take care. Bye.